I'm at that stage in life where I start to really hate my parents and think that music is going to solve the world's problems. As of late, I've been really into physical media. I think there's something so special about being able to hold your favorite pieces of media in your hand. And because I'm way too broke for vinyl, I naturally gravitated towards CDs. I put a fire hazard into my car just so I could listen to them. I'm starting to build a nice collection, and I've actually got some of my friends into it too. CDs have become my favorite way to consume music, but I need more. I need to take it to the next level. I need a home setup. Nothing crazy, just a player and a set of speakers for my room, but what I really want to do is try and make as much of this myself as I can. So in this video, I'm going to take you through the whole process of setting up this little CD station up. From planning, to building, to burning, pretty soon I'm going to be the king of performative music listening.
Don't piss down my back and tell me it's raining. Governor a minute.
I feel like I can picture what I want in my head, but it's actually hard to put into words. So I'm gonna do my best here. Right next to my desk, I've got this blank space on my wall, and I feel like that's gonna be a pretty good spot for it. I'm gonna go for a very simplistic design. Nothing crazy, nothing over the top. I've never built furniture or shelves before, so I really don't even know what the fuck I'm doing. But really what I want is 2 shelves, one to hold the CD player and the speakers, and another to hold the CDs themselves. We'll start with the CD shelf, the one that's going to hold all my CDs. What I'm thinking to do for this is to kind of put little grooves of plywood or just 2x2, and I can kind of set the CDs in between these little dividers and have them stand up almost like a bookshelf. Yeah, so I guess on the left side of it, I want a bigger section though, without those little dividers, where I could take a CD, kind of turn it so the cover's facing me, and then lean it up there. It's the one I'm listening to right now or whatever. And for this CD shelf, I think I'm just gonna get these metal brackets that my local Home Depot sells. Throw a sheet of plywood on top, cut those grooves, screw it in, or nail it in, whatever, and kind of call it a day. Now for the top shelf where the CD player and the speakers are gonna go, that one's gonna be trickier to plan without the actual player and speakers. So why don't we take a trip down to the local record store and pick some out. I then proceeded to double gulp fuck myself. You can see that my original idea was to get some sort of rectangular CD player and maybe 1 or 2 speakers and just kind of throw it on a shelf, call it a day. The only problem is that at the record store, all the CD players would not work with the speakers they were also selling. So they had everything I needed there, but none of it would work together. I also learned I would need a receiver as well as a CD player to hook it up to any of these speakers. And that shit ain't cheap. Anyway, long story short, we were kind of only left with one option, and that was the RCA RP9316A specifically. And I fucking love this thing, dude. It can hold 3 CDs, it's got radio, it's got cassette, it came with the 2 speakers. Speakers are good, runs nice and smooth. It's great, I love it. And the kicker? Only $60. I don't know how much they go for, off eBay or whatever the fuck, but it's gotta be more than 60. If I did go the other route and got the CD player itself, one of the rectangles, the player itself was gonna be $150. I got the whole package for 60 when, I could have very easily spent $500+ on this. And it's awesome. I love this thing so much. It's great. The only problem with it, there's 2 problems. One, this thing makes your mom look skinny. It's very long, it's very tall, and that 9.5-inch shelf I was thinking about making, not gonna cut it. Not even gonna get close. And number 2, it looks nothing like what I thought it would. So our design for the top shelf is gonna have to change a lot. I guess not really. I just need bigger brackets and a 2x12 instead of a 2x10. And also, I plan to use a 2x something for that top shelf because I wanted it to be kind of more sturdy. But I've picked that thing up. It's 6 pounds, dude. We're gonna get away with some plywood. So I think I'm just gonna use some more 3/4 plywood. It's gonna let me make a nice big rip. Otherwise, I think the design's gonna stay the same. We just might struggle to find brackets long enough. Okay. Counterpoint. I get those same 12-inch brackets. At the end, they kind of swoop up. I think I just get that 12-inch one and cut that swoop off and run my plywood long. I think that would be the plan. I've got a little like Dremel I could use, or have a multi-tool or sawzall. I guess there's a lot of options. But I could probably cut that with a circ saw. You can see it. I'm recording with my garage door wide fucking open, so I don't have to set up any lights in here. And today's one of those days where it's like, it goes from really cloudy to really sunny, and in real time it's not noticeable, but I'm sure with all the jump cuts I'm about to put in, it's gonna be like, there's gonna be a couple clips where God just decides to say hi, and we're gonna have to live with that. So I went to Home Depot to buy everything that I would need, and my plans were foiled once again. The brackets I was gonna get originally, they were way too thick for me to cut like I had planned. So I found these other brackets that are just flat. And they'll work just fine. They're shorter, they're only 10 inches instead of 12. But, work with what we got. But we're gonna get started on this. It's already been like a month I've had the CD player, and I have not even started working on the shelf yet. So the other problem I ran into, because God forbid this goes right, is that my CDs are they're all different sizes. Obviously we know you got your standard size CD, right? That's about ½ inch. And then I also went over, we got those fucked up CDs, the ones that are just crazy ass shapes. You got a solution for that. But I've also got some CDs that are thinner. This one's only about 3/8. And the CDs that I'm gonna burn later, the cases I got for that are even thinner than that. This is like a 1/4 inch. So we somehow have to make our shelf fit all those types of CDs. I might as well just like stack them up on top of each other, dude. Now I gotta figure this shit out. It's stupid. So I think I'll make like one 10-inch shelf and one 14-inch shelf. That makes sense to me. Right, 10-inch to match these guys, and then 14-inch, so we got extra space for that player. I guess let's start with the 14-inch one, because it's gonna be the easiest. I don't have to do anything to it. Anyways, I've got this plywood back here that I should have gotten out beforehand. There it is. But this is what we got to work with. We got 2 more sheets of this, so I think we'll have plenty. I just had this lying around. I think I said 2 foot earlier. I think I'm gonna do 3 foot. Is that gonna fit in my room? I'll be right back. Fuck no, 3 foot's not fitting in my room. Can we fit this on a 2 foot? No, we can't. Uh-oh. We need to do 3 foot. Okay. So we need 3 foot shelves. And I guess let's start by cutting that first. Left-handed saw. Who makes this shit? I got these tools from my dad, but I'm used to using DeWalt. That's what I use at work. This Milwaukee one feels really weird. The motor is on the opposite side to the DeWalt ones. And the thing is, I cut on the left side of my line. So when I want to do that with the Milwaukee saw, which I do because the fence is on that side, I can't fucking see what I'm cutting. And I'm a Milwaukee glazer, but that shit's stupid. And for the sake of you guys, I'm gonna cut on the wrong side so I can face the camera. And hopefully this isn't too loud neither. We will save the rest of this because we're gonna have to cut those strips, if you remember, for the CDs. We'll use that. Use this for that. Time for me to get out the table saw here. This thing is ancient. I'm pretty sure they're not allowed to sell table saws like this anymore. Yeah, the fence comes right off. No writhing knife, so like no safety, and I don't think it's even got brakes. But that's how you know it's good. I don't know, if I'm gonna lose a limb, it's gonna be right now. That shit smells like burnt Cheerios. Although I couldn't tell you if it's the wood that smells like that or the saw. So I don't think we're gonna use this again. This other one we're gonna have to just rip by hand. We'll rip this other one and that'll pretty much be it for the player shelf, but we'll get to work on making the CD shelf all nice and pretty. Easier if I actually put my tool belt on, but I don't wanna look like a dork, or more like a dork. So I'm leaving it off. Did you guys ever learn to cut plywood this way? Oh dear God. Oh my God, I just fucked the shit out of that. I don't know if you can see it on camera. Holy shit, man. I mean, I've done worse. It's just this middle has a big ol' hump in it. I might be able to fix it. Did not fucking help at all. Well, I mean, at least we got a factory side. Listen, we're at 14 inches on each end, just not in the middle. In my book, that's a win. But there we go, we got like a beautiful little square to work with for those rips on that CD shelf. But before we do that, I wanna paint these, and I got some spray paint for it. I don't know how long this takes to dry. The other thing is I didn't get any primer. So chances are this shit's not gonna stick. But let's spray paint this one, and then while I'm doing that other one, this guy can dry. Just shaking the paint can, guy. This looks terrible. This is not coming out how I envisioned at all. It's like fuzzy, it looks fuzzy. Look at that, do you see that? That right there? That's like the, I don't know, that's just the wood not being very good. Now we can get started on this guy. So we got an extra foot of space than I expected. So the two little things on the end, I'm actually really not worried about at all anymore. We're gonna have plenty of space here. I just wanna figure out how I wanna space this shit. So if I did like 6 inches on each side, then I still have those 2 foot, that 2 foot in the middle. That's a good amount of space for CDs. You know, our 6 inches here. So we'll do the same thing on this end. This is for the weird shaped CDs, right? So now let's do a little bit of math, right? And this is all gonna get spray painted, so I can just write right on here. If we get 2 foot, that's 24 inches. Let's make 1/2 inch rips, like going this way. Right, so like this will be a 1/2 inch. And then this will be 8. Like, fuck it, who cares, right? And then we'll space them in between these. We'll do another 1/2 inch, right? We'll just keep it simple. Oh, so maybe we want to do like 5/8 in between, just so we can get them in easy. That might be better. So, now we gotta figure out how many we can fit in 2 foot. 24 divided by 1 1/8. Okay, so we know that 8 will get us 9 inches. We can fit 2 of those in there. That leaves us with 6 inches left over. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more we can put in. So that means we can fit 21 CDs. And then pretty much I can pull a 1 1/8 layout from there. Well, pretty much I would go 1/2 inch. And then plus 5/8. And then plus another 1/2 inch. And if that makes any sense, this will be one strip here. And this will be another strip here. And that should be 1/2 inch, yeah. And then that'll repeat going all the way across to this other side. And the CDs will sit right in between, just like that. Oh, it lines up perfect. Perfect. And my foreman says that I'm fucking retarded.
Awesome.
We gotta get the table saw out again. We're gonna have to rip a bunch of these. All right, so then we wanna rip these down to a 1/2 inch. That shit is exactly why you never use old table saws like this. And if you do, get a push stick so that that shit doesn't happen, or don't rip 1/2 inch pieces of plywood. Still need 6 more. So I'll get these screwed on really quick, and then we'll work out the sides and paint it. Believe it or not, Home Depot doesn't sell any screws that aren't like less than 1 inch. So I had to get these 1 inch GRKs, which are like structural screws. It's bullshit you would never need for this. You get the screw up this way. Could this be any more fucking annoying? And low-key, I'm gonna have to lock in for this. So, we'll be back. This came out terrible. Like, I don't really know what happened. it just looks pretty bad, in my opinion. I mean, there's a lot of shit that's like cracked and peeling off, but like it's just not the prettiest shit I've ever seen in my life. So I don't love it, to be honest. But we've come too far to give up. It was also a huge pain in the fucking ass. But we got it. The worst thing about it though is that it actually doesn't really work like at all. Like, look at that shit, dude. I mean, I guess it's staying there, but, and it leans so much. Like, I feel like if I put a bunch of these next to each other, you know, like picking through it, look, it's even hard to get the next one in because of it. And like, if I want to pick through them, it's not gonna work. This guy's all fucked up because he's thinner. So, that's great. I'm gonna put another stack on top here. We're gonna rip more of these, put them back on, so that they're taller, and hopefully that'll fix that. Look at how far this table saw's sending these things. Where is it? Look, that's on the ground there, and it went all the way from the table saw way over there. Putting in this first set of strips was so fucking annoying, man. So small that it's really hard to get the screws in them right. And like, I ran layout on the opposite side, so I kind of knew where each of them were, but half the time it didn't even fucking help because the screws like wouldn't bite very well, and they would just kind of push the strip out of the way. It was really annoying. I mean, thank God I did a jump cut because that shit literally took me an hour and a half. You know, this second layer is going much quicker. When I said I would kind of just double up 2 more strips for the ones on the side, I actually came up with a better idea while I was doing the second row. I'm actually gonna make an L where the top side is gonna be like 3 inches tall. And that way, you know, the CD will have something nice and big to rest on. Oh yeah, bud. It's almost like I know what I'm doing. Check this shit out. Boom. It's still really bad, but it's a lot better. And I think that'll work fine. I'm not doing another fucking row. It looks considerably worse now. I think these look really tall and weird. All these screws sticking out the top don't line up. I didn't think about it until I got to like here, so fuck it. You know, paint will fix it. Speaking of, painting this is gonna be a whole nother challenge because I don't know if I'm gonna get the sides of these very well. Okay, so we're gonna get these L's in. There we go. Look, that's the structure of our shelf right there. Isn't that something? This other guy is all painted. So I'm gonna give this a nice coat of paint. And I'll probably do most of it off camera just because I'm gonna have to give it a couple coats. So yeah, I'm gonna get this painted and I will see you guys in like 3 weeks probably. Hello. So like I said, my shelves are going right here. And it's time for the moment of truth. We're gonna actually put them up. Also, I remember saying I would put the CD player shelf higher and the CD shelf lower. I'm swapping it around because now that I'm thinking about it, like if I'm sitting here at my desk and I want to use the CD player, I would have to like stand up and like go on my tippy toes to see what's going on up there and everything. So it's gonna be more practical to put it down here. We're just gonna get started. This should be pretty simple. I just gotta take the brackets, screw them to the wall, and then screw the plywood to the bracket. So I mean, it should only take, oh my God, it should only take 15 minutes. It's probably gonna take me 2 hours. Yeah, my monitor's right in the fucking way. So we can put it like this and we'll have a hat for our monitor. The player's just gonna be really high. I'm just gonna have to stand up to use it. But okay, so we know we want it somewhere around here. Let's find our studs. Okay, never mind. I guess it's just one big fucking stud. Okay, so there must be a stud here. And I think we just kind of go for it and send these brackets on. Holy shit, who packaged these, man? God damn. Let me move my camera. Don't look at my monitor. There's a lot of illicit furry content on. But look, then I can just kind of, and then finish it off. Oh shit. Bit's too long. You know, some might say it's small, but I say it gets the job done. This bullshit's on a crazy ass angle, man. Fuck this. I don't think it hit a stud either. Bitch ass stud finder, man. Look, now it's gonna tell me it's 3 inches to the left. Yep. Yep. But now I like don't even trust it again. Fuck it, we're gonna try. There we go. Yeah, you could tell that was a stud. So it just fucking lied to me the first time. Anyway, there we go. Look at that. Fucking beautiful. That's one. You know, that's pretty sturdy too, actually. Yeah, see, and like from that angle, like you can't even really, you could totally see the hole. But like if I cover it with my thumb, you can't even see it, dude. Look at that. You know, I could have just like bought something off fucking Amazon. Like I really didn't even have to do all this. I could have got something cheaper that looked better and was easier to put up. But no, I just had to do it the hard way. And you know, I talk all this shit, really, but at the end of the day, I'm gonna love this thing with all my heart. It'll be worth it at the end, but right now I really regret doing this. That screw's totally stripped. All right, good enough for government work. Ooh, look at that. Fucking perfect. Next up is we put the shelf on here. I just have to leave enough space for the cable in the back. And to do that, I think I'll just, leave a 1/2 inch? 1/4 inch? Oh, but I have to center it. Fuck! That's gonna make it a lot harder. I don't wanna do all that math. I had it right the first time. So we just need 10 inches on each side. Oh, that's easy as fuck. You know what? I actually like really fucking hate it. Maybe I'm just not used to it, and that's why I don't like it. Oh yeah, too late now. It's staying there. But that's the first shelf done. We just gotta do the second one now. Same process. A little bit close and personal here. Shelf's going right there where my hands are, so. I'm just gonna send it. I'm gonna put a screw in there, and we're gonna hope that it hits a stud. That's a good sound. Yeah, I think that's, oh yeah, that's a stud. Come on, motherfucker. I don't know if it's tightening. I think it's just stripping. Yo, fuck Phillips, man. Who invented this shit? Fuck that Phillip guy, dude. You know, I bet he's got a fucking loose asshole. Everybody's fucking him. Oh, yeah, bud. That's one. It's hard to balance. I'm standing on my bed right now, and it's hard to balance. Yo, actually, fuck this Phillips guy, man. I genuinely hate him so fucking much. Fuck you, Philip, and fuck your whole family, man. Stay dead, bitch. Well, there you go. That's all the brackets up. Fucking look at that, bud. It's 2 shells. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I actually think that looks really, really bad. Let's move everything onto them, and we'll see how it looks then. Really try not to drop this right now. Oh, yeah, that actually looks kick-ass now. Yeah, because you don't really now you're not really even looking at the shelf, you're just looking at the player, which is actually well made and cool. Okay, let's get the CDs in there. I'm excited now. Dude, I freaking love this thing. Look at that. I'm proud of that, man. That's kind of awesome. You know, I could have went on Amazon and I could have ordered some shitty shelf and had it up in a couple days, but no, you know, I really made this a labor of love, and I took a month to make this and put my heart and soul into it, and I love how it came out, you know? Let's plug this puppy in. Let's play some fucking tunes, man. Portugal top 10 hits. This shit's fuego, dude. It's top 10 for a reason. There is a lot of music that's not on CD for whatever reason. Streaming music is a lot more popular now. A lot of collectors are gonna opt for vinyl. You know, maybe bands just like don't have the funds to make CDs and ship them out, whatever. There's a million different reasons why some music just isn't on CD. Great thing is, you could just burn it. And today I want to burn 3 CDs. I want to burn 1 CD of Tool's Salivals, however the fuck you say it. It's kind of like an unreleased EP of theirs with a couple of covers and some like reimagined songs. Really great stuff. And it would complete my Tool collection. I have everything except that EP. And I could technically buy this CD, but it's like $150 fucking dollars for 6 songs, dude. It's free on YouTube. I'm not paying for that. I want to make another of Hail the Sun's Wake. It's my favorite album of theirs, but they never released it on CD. I think they did, but they made like 10 of them or some stupid shit like that. I've always wanted it on CD, but like never been able to just buy it. So we're gonna have to make it ourselves. We're gonna have to get our hands dirty, do their job for them, these fucking guys. And lastly, I want to make a mixtape of Yameii Online songs. She doesn't exactly have an album I fuck with really heavy, but there's a lot of songs that I do across different albums or like EPs of hers. So I want like my own playlist. I think Yameii Online is probably the cringiest music I listen to. I won't lie, I'm not proud of it. But that shit is so good, man, I can't even lie. I don't know what that genre's even called, but like, if you really like that like overproduced like white boy rap and Vocaloid, check out Yameii, dude. That shit's fire. And burning the CD is actually really, really easy. All you really need is a CD burner and the audio files. Which, I mean, you could just get that anywhere. And you might be like, oh, Carmine, you know, these bands, they make a living off their music, man. And when you pirate their music, they don't make any money. Fuck you! These bands have enough of my money. I've got like a whole wardrobe of Tool merch. And I went to see them live like a couple years ago. The tickets were $400, dude. They sold out a whole stadium, and we got the cheapest tickets. The Salva CD that is for sale is only on like fucking eBay for $150. It's like if I bought that, Tool's not seeing any of that money anyway. It's like the same thing for Hail the Sun. I've got a ton of their merch. I went to see them live. I just got their new album in the mail the other day. You know, I've done my part. And if they wanted money for these CDs I'm burning, they should have sold them. Speaking of seeing these guys live, how come they never play my fucking song? I went to see Tool live, they didn't play Schism. I went to see Hail the Sun live, they didn't play Mist Injections. I went to see Acid Bath live, they didn't play Jezebel. I went to see Opeth, they never played Soldier of Fortune. I saw Make It Stop, and they didn't play Nostromo, however you say that shit. I swear to God, man, they're all talking to each other like, oh man, dude, Carmine's coming to the show, don't play his favorite song. It makes me unbelievably angry that it happens to me every single time. Burning the CD isn't even the hard part. You know, the computer does it for you, but making the cover art is. I take pride in my CDs. You know, I'm no poser that just uses Sharpie to write down the track list on the CD itself. No, no, no! We do it right in this household, and I like to make the cases pretty. And I spent a couple hours the other weekend just kind of making my own layout for these CDs. And I'll start with, like, the one I did the least work on, Wake. There's actually just a lot on the internet that I can kind of pull reference from and ideas. And actually, Adam Malero, who did the artwork for the album and for all of Hail the Sun's work, actually, like, posted the original pieces on the internet. So, like, the album cover is just, like, a little snippet from this bigger canvas. It was actually really easy to find images to use then, right? I was just ripping it off this guy's website. So I didn't actually, like, do a whole lot of photo editing with this one. I kept it pretty simple. Of course, the cover is the album art. On the inside cover of the vinyl, there is this little tombstone design with the track list on it. So I just kind of took the original image of that tombstone and put the track list on it. It's pretty simplistic, but honestly, I kind of like it. I would like my track list to be a little more legible. And then for the back, inside cover, and outside cover, I just used more snippets from like those bigger canvases that are all part of the one big art piece. I had to zoom in like a lot to get them scaled right, so they are actually in like pretty low quality, but I'm hoping that I'm not gonna care. But yeah, they are literally just screenshots from the official Wake artwork. And you might be thinking, hey, isn't that like super illegal? Like, what about copyright laws? I'm pretty sure that as long as I don't sell this, it's fine. Like, I'm not claiming it as my own. I'm not walking around being like, hey, look at what I fucking drew for my CD. But anyway, moving on to the Yameii CD. The music that Yameii makes is like a lot. There's like a lot going on. So I kind of wanted the artwork to reflect that. And again, I pulled like all of these images from Yameii's Instagram account. Like, it's really easy to just find pre-made material for this shit. This is a little collage of, like, a bunch of Instagram photos and album covers, and I like how it came out. There's a lot going on. It's very pink, but, you know, it suits the mood. Another thing about Yameii is that she is a part of some kind of story or some shit like that. I'm really not that into it, but there's, like, a whole manga or something on her website, and I just thought it would be cool to use kind of some of the panels for the inside of the CD. I didn't really know what to put there, and I wanted a big contrast from the bright colors on the cover, so I thought that the manga panels would be kind of cool, and they're going to be a little bit hidden, so it's not even going to really be that noticeable. These are just 2 panels, I think from like the first or second chapter, that I just thought were kind of cool looking or funny. And then the back is just this photo, again, that I ripped from her Instagram. If you go on Spotify, the little creator summary on the right has this image, so it kind of always reminds me of her. And I didn't really do much for this. I just kind of cropped it a little bit and made it fit. But at the bottom there, I put in the track list. It's in pink and it's pretty illegible, but I think it kind of looks like all that legal jargon they put on the bottom of real CDs. So I think it kind of gives it a little bit more of an authentic look, even though it's just the track list and it means fucking nothing. And then finally we got Salvo. Again, keeping it simple, the cover is the EP cover. But the inside cover is where I decided to put the track list. And again, all the images and layout of the official CD that they sold is just on the internet. I can just copy and paste that shit from Google Images, you know? So it was really easy to kind of find this background image of the weird hand that's here. I wanted something a little more blank to put the track list on, and so that's what I did. I added the text, but it's nothing special. I gave it a little bit of an effect where I kind of have like the blue and green off-centered text. I feel like a lot of Tool and a lot of Tool's artwork is purposefully imperfect. So my thinking with this was to kind of give everything a little bit of a grimy or glitchy feel to it. And I really like the subtle effect of that text there. For the inside cover, I just nabbed this photo of the bands from the internet again. But I put it in black and white because I just felt like there was too much color. And I feel like just black and white photos are way cooler. I had to do some funky shit where I extended the top a little bit, but again, because it was in black and white, it was really easy to do, actually. And I think it came out pretty good. I love photos of the band in my CDs. I feel like it gives a lot of personality to them, and like, you know, you got a little photo of them. Like, those are the guys that made the music. And then finally, the back cover. This one takes a little bit of explanation. You know, the front cover obviously is this weird gray guy with his butt cheeks out. And, you know, it's like cool, it's artistic. But I thought, like, what if it was funny when you turn the CD over, it's the front of that guy with his cock out. And so it's blurred for you guys, but in real life and, you know, on the actual artwork, his dong is just flopped out. This doesn't even, like, necessarily look like the gray guy on the front. I did my best, but I still think it came out okay. Like, I think the joke lands, but even though it's not, like, a one-for-one creation. This by far took the longest. This photo is actually, it's a photo of a sculpture of that Newton's something or other guy, that I kind of cropped and spaced. It was really the only way I could get a naked guy T-posing. Believe it or not, I spent a lot of time searching Google Images for a naked guy T-posing. That is forever in my search history. But this was like, that was like really the only way I could find it. So it was like this weird marble color, and I had to turn him gray and then add like the orange things in the back and remove his hair. And it took a long time to get this right, but I think for my novice skills, it came out pretty good. But enough about that. All we gotta do now is print them out and tape/glue them to the CD covers. The ones I got, they're not full-sized CD cases, so there's no way to actually slide the piece of paper into the back case of it. So I'm just gonna super glue it on and hope it doesn't come off. But we cannot leave the CDs looking like that, dude. But this is like a weird challenge to tackle. Because the CDs are made of like this weird laminated plastic, nothing sticks to it. Sharpies and like colored markers will stick to it, but they've got a glossy look. I've tried using acrylic paint for like a more matte finish, but it chips over time and it doesn't stick very well. If you try to draw on that dried paint with a marker, it just rubs right off. So I kind of just do my best with what I got. Just a couple little doodles on these CDs to give them a little more character, something to look at. But with that, these guys are ready to be added to the shelf, and we can pretty much call it a day right there. CDs have really changed the way I've been able to enjoy music. Like, being able to make my own CDs and like the artwork for them, and then I get to put them up on display and play them over these big speakers. It really helps me have a much deeper connection with the music. I can't believe I went all these years with the radio and Spotify and just like never having this deeper connection with the art I consume. I pray to God every day that this doesn't turn into a phase, and like a year from now I just have $2,000 sunk into this old media form that is worthless to everybody else. But to be honest with you, I feel like as long as I enjoy music, I'll enjoy CDs, and I don't see that ending anytime soon. I know that's some like super gay shit to say, but I mean it. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. See you in the next one.